Well, good morning. Gosh, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. We even have a clock on the wall up here. Look at this. This is so cool.
Because Frank couldn't stand not having a clock on the wall.
I bought it for Kevin. I have a clock over the door in my shop forever, forever and ever. Amen. So every time I looked for the time, I looked over the door and there was no clock there, so I bought one. And now I'll bet you use it.
Oh, I do look at it.
Yeah,
yes,
so okay. So anyway, we worked on this bike yesterday, and I didn't do any video at all. I don't know why, because it was a good day. Anyway, this morning Kevin is over there preparing a new Premier carb, a new Premier carb to go on this Beezer. What year Beezer is this?
The 66
66
Spitfire.
Spitfire.
That has been transformed into a Thunderbolt.
Okay, but put a single carb on it.
Yeah, single carb, and all the side panels and everything say Thunderbolt. So at some point, somebody decided they wanted a Thunderbolt instead of a Spitfire.
Did engine numbers match?
Yes, engine and frame matches, and it's clearly a Spitfire. It's got the S. Yeah, yeah, and it's titled as a Spitfire, so it's definitely a Spitfire.
So somebody just simplified their life by...
Yep.
Did they have to change the head? Yeah, no, they put
just an adapter.
Manifold
adapter, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the parts catalog actually shows that, so obviously it's something you can do.
Okay. So anyway, yesterday you did a lot of work. Did you do a lot of work?
I'd smack you. Yes, I did a lot of work. Well, you were just fooling around with the headlight.
Playing in the headlight for 4 hours.
I did all this back here.
Okay. So
show them the picture of the shock.
Oh, new shocks. Put new shocks today on it. Sort of like a little, yep. So I got new shocks. And wheels are off for new tires. If the rear wheel's off for a new tire, we'll do the front one also. Here's the black box up here for the ignition system. He wired in all this ignition system back here. And the new solid state rectifier unit here. So I worked up here. This is the whole new, brand new wiring harness. And this is sort of an example of why the right harness for the right bike, this is actually brand new NOS, so it's right out of the box, NOS. This bike, they showed it with a rotary switch up here for the lights. This headlight has a toggle, and the switch, the wires that came out of here actually fit the toggle. They weren't cut and spliced. But the wiring harness came in with the old round connector that goes on the bottom of the rotary switch. So I spent the morning modifying the wiring harness to fit the toggle switch assembly for the lights. Got that done. It was harder than you expect because you had to, well, just because. And then wiring in the high beam, low beam horn. This wire, I swear, was only this long, and somehow they jammed it up under here. So I extended that way out to here so that it would work. Anyway, that's what we did yesterday. We spent about 4 hours on just this amount of wiring. And it's hard to explain why, but it's just, when you're modifying for a new ignition system, you're modifying for a new charging system, and you're modifying for a light switch that didn't match the original specs, things get complicated. And that's why I said in yesterday's video, I swear that I can string all new wires and make a harness in less time than it takes to modify a stock one. And I run into that all the time because these bikes have been through several hands. They've been through several crashes, which may explain the different headlight, and the bent shock absorber too. When they get put back together, they're different. So anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Today we're going to finish. I'm going to finish up that headlight wiring. I'm going to make a harness for the oil pressure switch to go up and activate the warning light on that headlight, because that was not part of the wiring harness. And do we have a horn?
We do have a horn.
Okay, I'll wire in the horn.
Whether it works or not, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to wire in the horn. So anyway, progress is being made. And I'll let you know how it goes later on this afternoon. Give us a smile. I'm laughing myself silly. Look at the lash up that we use for testing. This is connecting the battery here.
Yeah.
We do have a fuse in the circuit, but this is just temporarily hooking up the battery. Over here we have the spark plugs laying on the cylinder, grounded with a nice grounding wire on both sides. This is main power coming to ignition coming in to the headlight, and it has to go up here on a contact. Unfortunately, we're out of spade connectors, so we have to. I'll bring them from my shop probably later on today or tomorrow or something. I don't know what all. So everything works. Surprising.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to turn the ignition on. Okay. Kicker. Let's see if we can actually capture one of these sparks.
Sure.
I'm going to zoom in and see if we can capture a spark as Kevin.
You ready?
Let me. There, that's better.
Good.
Yep. Okay, I saw one there. Let me zoom in way in. Okay, there goes another. Okay, so we got spark. We have headlight. Right now we should have tail light, do we?
Got tail light?
Okay, now we have headlight and tail light.
That's right.
Let's go back here. So we got tail light and then play with that brake switch. Whoa, let me zoom out. Okay, yeah, do it again. There we go. So we've got tail light and brake. And up here with the headlight on, we do have the green light for high beam. So, and then this little section here, this goes directly to the headlight and the pilot light. So we have an operating electrical system, and just need to go get a few connectors and some shrink tubing, because I made a cable for down here. We're going to replace this oil pressure sender, of which is not shown in the parts book. Isn't that cool? And this red wire will be put into shrink tubing, added to this white wire, which is power, and that comes up here and goes to the bottom side of this indicator light right there. So we're making progress. It looks like things are hanging out all over the place because we're shy of connectors and shy of nylon tie straps. And the carb's on. You know, the new Premier is on. We got good snap in here. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's good snap, but really bad up here. It's hanging up, and we think it's the cable. We're gonna replace the cable. The cable's actually hanging up inside, so we can make it work. But I don't like it. Look at that bend right there. That's not trustworthy. So it's coming together, and so far so good. I'm not sure what else we'll do today. I know he's going to take the rear wheel up and get the new rubber put on. Then we'll spin the bike, and he will take the front wheel up and get that rubber put on. Cool. Anything else we planned today?
Well, I've got to bolt this rear fender down, and then just little stuff.
Okay.
Nothing that.
Cool. All right. Later.
And
all right, so it's 9 o'clock, and I did a full systems check on the electrical. It's all done, but we've got wires hanging in the air pending getting some connectors. I'm going home now. I'll put together a care package with the necessary care connectors and some shrink tubing, and I'm going to make new spark plug wires. These are A, way too long, and B, they're oh well, I'm going to make new ones.
just get better.
Yeah, mo better. And for the most part, we're done until Kevin gets the rear tire done, and then I'll come back up and flip this thing around, and he can do the front one. So I'm going to head back to my shop and do some work on the Norton that I've got up on the lift.